So, want to do a quick video showing what's going to happen when you migrate a Moodle course into Canvas. They're both great LMSs, but they treat assignments and grading a little bit differently. So what I want to do is I want to show a sample course I have in Moodle, and then what happens to it when we bring it into Canvas, and then maybe a couple tips on how to fix it so that it looks like you want it to in Canvas. So let's go ahead and jump real quickly into this course. This is a sample Moodle course I have, which would be a super cool class to take because it is about F1 racing. So you'll notice what I have here is just this picture. That's just a intro picture. There's a little welcome video here. And then we have also announcements. We have a syllabus, and this is just going to be generic syllabus. So it's going to be that there. Then I have these 3 different weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3, 4. And you'll notice that in week 1, I have a quiz and I have a video and then a forum here. These are all pretty basic. Also want to show that in the grades, the way I have this set up is I have it set up with these different categories. The quizzes are worth 40%, the papers are 30%, the exams are 20%, the discussion 10%. So something like that would be a pretty standard way of doing it. Now, I want to show you what happens when I bring into Canvas. So this is just another sample course, and we have our template at the top here, and then I've also migrated in that class from Moodle, but you'll notice like, okay, this doesn't look like the front page from the Moodle page. So what's going on here? Well, what's happening is everything in Moodle was in these different sections, and Canvas is going to interpret that as modules. So if you look at the module over here, you'll notice that these top few modules, and these are all different. Nice thing about these is they're accordion style, so you can close them up if you want to move things around. And you will see that these are just the basic ones that we have put into the template that you can move things around if you want. And then underneath this one where it says drop files to add to module, you'll notice this is where everything is for this import. And this is that welcome page. And so what you'd want to do probably is to move the information from here into that home page, and we can go through another video to talk about how to do that. But what happened here is all of this information was put into these different modules. So our quiz came over, and the quizzes are going to look pretty good. They're going to be essentially, if we preview this, these are the same questions I had in the Moodle one, true and false, multiple choice there. And so again, if you look at these modules, everything that was into the weeks of Moodle have been brought into the modules here. Okay, but also when we had set up the gradebook in Moodle, remember it was that, what do we have, quizzes, papers, all those sorts of things. Well, let's look to see what happened in our grades here. Well, we have some different assignments. There's some random numbers here, and it wasn't brought in like we want to. So here's the way that we need to take care of that. So in Canvas, we set up our gradebook through assignments, and that's a little bit confusing because like I want a gradebook, but now you're giving me assignments. And you'll notice what happened is imported assignments, it brought in all of these things. It brought in the forums, it brought in the place where you're going to turn your papers in, and it brought in the midterm and the final. So everything is just in this one big bucket called imported assignments. And again, it's confusing because it says assignments, but it's not this box here is not really assignments necessarily. Really what it is it is a group or a category of different types of assignments. So what I would suggest doing is to first of all make this page look like your Moodle page with all the different categories. So what I would do on this is I would just start adding groups, and I would make these 4 groups, quizzes, and these are going to be 40% of the total grade. Then we want to add papers, and this was 30% of the total grade. Then we want to put exams, and this was 20% of the total grade. And then the last one we will put in are discussions, which were 10% of the final grade. Okay, so here we have 40%. So quizzes, papers, exams, discussions. So at this point, what I would do is then I would just move these different assignments to where they belong. So what do you think? This is actually a forum. It goes into the discussion. This is another discussion here. Where will Carlos go? Carlos Sainz will probably go to Williams. That's my prediction. Here's a paper. Put that in here. Midterm. This is an exam. Our final paper. This is a paper. Final exam. Now this is here. All right, so you'll notice what we have. We have this blank thing assignments. We have this import assignments, which we don't need anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that group. And I'm going to delete this just random assignment thing. We don't need that either, so I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so we're kind of there, but you'll notice one thing that is missing here. We saw our quizzes in the modules, but they're not here. So what is going on with that? All right, so we want to make sure that our quizzes get into the right place. So here's what you need to do. You go back to the modules and you find this quiz. So this was the first quiz. So let's go ahead and hit edit here. And by default, it puts this as a practice quiz. Well, I'm not really sure why it does that, but we want this to be a graded quiz, and we want it to be in this assignment group. So that's right. That's where we want that to be. Let's save that. Let's look back. I think we had some other quizzes here. We had quiz 2, so we want to do the same thing with that one. We want to change that from a practice quiz to a graded quiz, and we want it to go there. That's good. There may be some other settings in here. I'm just kind of going through this fairly quickly here. Where were some of these other ones? And there's other ways to do this too. So these are all here. Let's look back at our assignments now. There we go. So now everything, all the assignments are here. We have the percentages of what we're doing. Another thing to look at here, let's go ahead and open this summary paper and want to show something here as well. This is, so if we edit this and we say it's due on June 28th, available from today until June 28th, right? Let's have it at that time. Let's save that. And then you'll notice on the cool thing here is on the syllabus, we would of course adjust those with everything. But at the syllabus, at the bottom here, the cool thing that happens is that when you set up your assignments correctly, you'll notice down here, these are part of the syllabus. So as a student looks here, the student is able to see all of the assignments, they're able to see when they're due, and they're able to link right to them, and then they can turn them in however they want to. Okay, so that is just a really quick update on getting your or once you have your class in Canvas, some of the adjustments, the basic adjustments is going to be a lot more, but these should get you in pretty good shape to have your assignments in the right place. Thanks for watching.